aren't these illegal now?
Scarcity timers. What do you think?
Oh, these are actually a new secret category. Aren't these illegal now?
I don't know. Are they?
There was like a court case where that ended up being revealed from one brand that it was, completely fabricated,
Yeah, totally.
what these things were. And then the brand was kind of liable for some sort of like misleading or false advertising claim. So I want to say we can look that up and put it in the show notes or something. But I think it's actually, this despite a not just underrated or overrated, but actually straight up illegal.
Not just unethical, but illegal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I personally, I mean, I agree. I think that they are unethical and it sounds like illegal. Unfortunately, though, I think they probably do work. So I think that they probably are effective. There's just something about like having a human beings really don't want to miss out on things.
Yeah, yeah,
You
there's
know
a
what I
lot
mean?
that it plays on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you introduce like a level of scarcity to something, now all of a sudden people are more likely to take action if they think that they can't get it later. If they feel like now is the time they have to take action in order to get it. So predatory, yes.
Yeah.
Unethical, yes. Illegal sounds like yes. Unfortunately, also yes. All right.
And
So we'll leave that at just illegal and we won't almost rated or overrated. 10% off email pop-ups.
10% off email pop-ups. I think, well, these do work.
Yes.
They do get conversions so that you have their email now. I think they're definitely annoying. Actually, they're annoying when you don't have the right triggers for them. If you land on a homepage or any site and you immediately get the pop-up, which happens a lot, I think that's the absolute worst time to actually do it.
I
Let me
totally
scroll
agree.
down at least like 30% of the page or 50% of the page or something. All right, give me a chance to get the lay of the land here before you throw something in my face, before you just kind of basically pitch slap me. I think, that type of email pop-up, totally overrated. But if you're talking about, like a right time kind of thing or a certain scroll depth, I think that part is underrated because, a lot of brands aren't doing that. They're just getting it right in the face. And if you do it right there, you know, that's why there's so much, close the pop-up without even looking at it.
These piss me off. I understand that they work, but they really annoy me unless they're done maybe a little more strategically. Like there's nothing worse than like going to a site, maybe you click an ad or something, and then like you just are getting bombarded with like pop-ups. I think brands do really set themselves apart when the experience feels more like something you are consenting to or opting into instead of just being like pitch blasted, like you mentioned before.
Yeah, yeah.
You wanna invite people in, you don't wanna try to, like it kinda feels like when you walk into, like, a store or something and a salesperson just walks up to you and just, like, gives you that weird eye contact and smile, and, like, you're like, "Oh, shit, am I trapped here?" So, similar vibes, but I think it can be done right. It's just like many things, it's all about the nuance, right? If somebody that same experience of somebody walking up to me when I enter a store can also be a positive experience, right? So, it can
Yeah,
go either way depending on how it's done. So I
yeah,
think that that's how I feel about this. Overall, though, I am going to go ahead and say overrated on these because I think that most people do it the wrong way.
yeah.